and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to take you along on my quest to keep my Christmas tree up for as long as possible by decorating it for Easter. If you're new to my channel, then hi, my name is Catherine, and I love decorating for Christmas. But I also enjoy decorating for other holidays like Halloween, Valentine's, and Easter. And over the last year, I've been finding ways to use my Christmas trees and my other holiday decorations, like a ghost tree for Halloween and a Valentine's tree. So why not Easter next? And if you love decorating for the holidays, then I hope you'll subscribe and ring that notification bell so you can follow along on my journey as I find fun, creative ways to decorate for the holidays. Oh, and I do also make videos on other things that I love, like fashion and beauty from time to time, so I hope to have you part of my channel. Now, I've decorated for Easter for many years. I've just never decorated a full tree. So what I'm going to be using today is going to be a mix of things that I already own, and also some things that I picked up specifically from this tree, mostly from Hobby Lobby and a few things from at home. To get started, I do have my 7-foot green Christmas tree already set up and fluffed. I did consider using my white tinsel tree that I recently used for my Valentine tree, but my husband convinced me to go with green. You know, spring and Easter is all about regrowth and rebirth, and green just seemed to be a better fit for that. But I'm curious, what kind of tree would you go with? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. And who knows, next year I may just do something different based on your feedback. To get started, I'm going to add this pink tulle as filler on the inside of the tree. This tulle is the same that I used on my recent Valentine tree. For this, my purpose really isn't to add the pink color on it, but just to provide something to kind of bulk up the tree since this isn't the most full tree ever. I've already cut these into various lengths, somewhere around 5-10 feet long, and that's just going to help me as I put it inside the tree and wrap it around. I don't feel like I need super long sections because it gets tangled in the tree really easily, and so the longer they are, the harder it is to do. So now I'm just going to go around the tree and work my way from the bottom up, filling it in with the tulle. All of the tulle, and so what I was trying to do was save the shorter pieces and keep these for towards the end of the tree if I feel like there are certain spots that need to be filled in. So I'm going to set these to the side for now. Next, we're going to work on the tree topper, and I think it'd be helpful to go ahead and describe my overall theme for the tree. Since this is an Easter tree, I really want to focus on rebirth or birth of things in nature as the focal point for the tree. So for the topper, I'm going to use a variety of flowers. First of all, I want to do buds, things that are, coming out in early spring but maybe haven't bloomed yet. So I have a couple of varieties that I'm going to use in the tree topper, but also throughout the tree. And then also dogwoods. And dogwoods are actually very symbolic of Easter and specifically the crucifixion. The 4 petals represent the cross. The edges of the petals often have a stem or red coloring, and that represents where Jesus Christ was nailed to the cross. And then the middle typically is a cluster of things that represent the crown of thorns that he wore. But even if you're not religious, dogwoods are a great symbol of Easter because they are an early spring blooming flower. I've always loved dogwoods. I have several pieces of James Avery jewelry from years back that I don't think that they have anymore, but I have a couple of rings. I have this dogwood charm, so I thought it'd be fun to wear this as I'm decorating the tree. And then once we get to decorating the tree, the other thing that I'm going to be doing is using eggs, once again to represent birth. Got some oversized speckled Easter eggs in a lot of different colors, and then some beautiful different color eggs sitting in nests that I'm going to put on. So that's the overall theme that I'm going for. To assemble the tree topper, I'm going to start with the things that I want to come up and spring out of the top of the tree. And for that, I've got the 4 different stems. I'm going to take the dogwood and actually cut it shorter, and then I'm going to probably tie these together with these right here and kind of create the center of the tree topper, and then I'll come back in and actually put the other stems in as needed. To tie it all together and to the tree, I am just going to use these pink pipe cleaners. Since pink is really the base color for the rest of the tree, I think this will blend in. the general idea of the tree topper going, the next thing that I'm going to do is add these bows around the base of the tree topper, not only to give it a little bit of balance, but also to hide some of the stuff that's going on. This is looking pretty busy and full right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep everything that's in there, but I'm not going to worry too much about fidgeting with the tree topper until I get everything else done, because I learned long ago that until you have the full tree done, you don't know how it'll all come together. I do have a tutorial on how I make bows, so I'll be sure to link to that down in the description box below. But I did make 4 bows that I'm just going to tie all the way around. Already I think adding the bows helps make the top look not quite as fussy. We'll still see what I think when I get to the very end. I may end up editing and pulling some stuff out. But now on to the next step.
3 hours later.
I just took what I thought was going to be like a 30-minute break, and it's now 3 hours later. But it isn't for you. So in any case, we're going to move on now to the next step of decorating the tree, which is going to be putting on the filler. And I've got a couple of different garlands that I'm going to use to help just add some fullness to the tree. I've got more of the dogwood, and then I've got some of these, which are more of those little like buds that haven't bloomed yet. But I like these really well because they've got a little bit of dimensionality to them, and so I think they're going to help be able to bulk the tree up and fill it out. So I've got several of each. I'm just going to alternate kind of running them up the tree and just play around and see what I like. On to another couple of types of filler, and these are sprays. So I have 3 different things here. I have these in 2 different colors, and then I have some more of these little buds. And the purpose of these is really to come out from the tree a little bit more and just make it look a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to disperse these throughout the tree wherever I think it needs it. Things that I could also use for filler: the leftover tool, the leftover ribbon, and then also some other stuff that's like this, but it's just a single strand but a long one. But I'm going to go ahead and start actually filling in with the ornaments, if you will, over the tree, and then I'm going to save all of that for the end to see if I think it still needs it. So I'm going to start with the bird's nests because they're a little bit bulkier, so I want to make sure I find all the big spots and fill those in with these. Then I'll move to these bigger eggs, and I'll probably tuck some of these up into the tree, and then I'll finish with some of these smaller eggs and use these as kind of the last finishing touch for the ornaments. has come together so far, and pretty much all that I have left are some of the overflow filler stuff, the ribbon and tulle, and then this is the little stringy garland that I was talking about. So I definitely know that I want to use these two things. I'll probably just cut the ribbon into 18-inch sections and just kind of shove it in and have loops coming out. But since the tree is already fluffed and full, it's going to be hard to weave it in and out. So I'm just going to kind of fake it by cutting it in shorter sections. With adding this because I like how it's been wound up so it's got this circular shape, but I don't know that the tree needs it, so we'll see if I end up using it or not. I decided that this did not add anything to the tree. It almost disappeared, but what little bit you got from it just made it look even messier. So I think I could even audibly hear my husband groaning downstairs just at the mere thought of me adding anything else to the tree. So I did purchase several of these, so luckily I kind of had a suspicion that I wouldn't need these, so I can return these. I'll probably keep that one and maybe embellish something on the bottom of the tree, which is my next step. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish out the bottom of the tree. I'm going to use this scrap piece of fleece that I got a while back for another project as my tree skirt, and then I'm going to add a couple of things so the underneath of the tree is not bare, and I'm just going to use from existing things that I already have. This is a rabbit that I typically sit on a coffee table, but I think I'm going to repurpose it this year for underneath the tree. And I do have a lot of other Easter decorations that I do throughout my house. So if you'd like to see a video on how I decorate my home for Easter, then be sure to give this video a thumbs up and let me know. Here is the tree finished. I did take an opportunity to go ahead and tweak the tree, just move some things around, balance it out as I thought it needed. The tree topper, I think, actually works really well with the rest of the tree now. I decided I didn't really need to edit or take anything out. I did zhuzh some things, move them around a little bit just so it felt a little bit more balanced, but I'm actually quite happy with how it ties into the rest of the tree. And overall, I am really happy with how the tree turned out. I think that it looks like it's just bursting with growth and new life, and that's exactly what I wanted my Easter tree to look like. With me and making it to the end of the video. I hope you've had fun. I know I've had fun decorating this tree. And I'd love to know what your favorite holiday to decorate for is. Go ahead and leave me a comment with the emoji of your favorite holiday down in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, now would be a great time to go ahead and subscribe and like the video. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.